Catanduanes, Philippines, November 9, 2025. More than 900,000 people have been evacuated in the Philippines ahead of Typhoon Fung-wong or Uwan. The storm was upgraded to super typhoon with sustained winds around 185 kilometers per hour, 115 miles per hour, and gusts of 230 kilometers per hour, 143 miles per hour, according to the country's meteorological service. The eastern Baikal region was the first part of the Philippines to be directly hit by the storm on Sunday morning, with Luzon, the country's main population center, expected to be hit by Sunday night. Fung-wong, known locally as Uwan, comes days after an earlier storm, Kalmaegi, left a trail of destruction. Several schools have either canceled classes on Monday or moved them online, while nearly 300 flights have been canceled. Fung-wong weakened after making landfall somewhere between the districts of Baler and Casiguran, but it is likely to remain a typhoon as it travels over Luzon. Over 200 millimeters of rain is forecast for parts of Luzon, even 100 to 200 millimeters in the Metro Manila area. This is expected to cause severe flooding and landslides. Eastern parts of the Philippines have already begun experiencing heavy rains and winds, a weather official said on Saturday evening. While much of the country is expected to be affected, there are particular concerns about those areas that could take a direct hit, including Catanduanes, an island in the east of the Baikal region, where extreme conditions were reported on Sunday morning. Residents there, as well as in other low-lying and coastal areas, had been urged to move to higher ground by Sunday morning. In the Aurora region in eastern Luzon, BBC News spoke to Hagunoy, 21, who works at one of the dozen hotels which line the coast in Sabang. He said police had repeatedly visited in recent days to ensure all guests were evacuated ahead of the storm. The hotels were all deserted on Sunday morning. While the tide had risen sharply, Hagunoy said he would stay as long as he could to guard the property, before riding his motorbike home to safety. Staff had secured the gates and tied windows shut with rope to try to stop the glass from shattering in the wind. More areas are now under wind signal number 5 as Super Typhoon Uwan, international name Fung-wong, nears landfall in the Philippines. At 4 p.m., Uwan was located 110 kilometers northeast of Date, Camarines Norte, with winds of 185 kilometers per hour and gusts up to 230 kilometers per hour. It is moving west-northwestward at 30 kilometers per hour. Uwan will pass close to Polillo Islands before making landfall at or near its peak intensity over the central portion of Aurora Sunday night or Monday, November 10th, early morning. Due to its proximity and the size of its eye wall, a direct hit over Calaguas and Polillo Islands is likely, said Pagasa.
Yan ang peak ng bagyo.
The disturbance will weaken into a typhoon while crossing the mountainous terrain of northern Luzon and emerge over Lingayen Gulf or the coastal waters of Pangasinan or La Union Monday morning. It will begin to turn northwestward to northward from Monday to Tuesday, November 11th, while remaining at typhoon category. On Wednesday, November 12th, Uwan will turn northeastward towards the Taiwan Strait while weakening. Fung-wong has also forced the suspension of rescue operations following the passage of Kalmaegi, one of the strongest typhoons this year. Heavy rainfall sent torrents of mud down hillsides and into residential areas. Some poorer neighborhoods were obliterated by the fast-moving flash floods. The Filipino government declared a state of calamity across the country after Typhoon Kalmaegi and in preparation for the coming storm. It has given government agencies more power to access emergency funds and fast-track deliveries of essential goods and services. For some Filipinos, the devastation wrought by Kalmaegi has left them even more anxious about the storm to come.
Epekto ng bagyo.
The Philippines, located near the area where Pacific Ocean tropical weather systems form, is one of the most vulnerable countries in the world to cyclones. About 20 tropical cyclones form in that region every year, half of which affect the country directly. Climate change is not thought to increase the number of hurricanes, typhoons, and cyclones worldwide. However, warmer oceans coupled with a warmer atmosphere, fueled by climate change, have the potential to make those that do form even more intense. That can potentially lead to higher wind speeds, heavier rainfall, and a greater risk of coastal flooding. Previously, the provincial government of Laguna has prepared food packs for thousands of families and individuals who evacuated as Super Typhoon Uwan brought heavy rains and flooding on Sunday, November 9th. In a Facebook Live broadcast, Governor Sol Aragonés led the province's relief operations and assured residents that sufficient assistance is ready for distribution to affected communities. According to the consolidated report from the Regional Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council, RDRRMC, Calabarzon, as of 7 a.m. on November 9th, a total of 6,188 individuals, or 1,475 families, have preemptively evacuated due to the typhoon.